My friends, gather close, for I bring tidings of sorrow, foolishness, and squandered fortune. This is the tragedy of Sarasota Tim. Once, just once in his misbegotten life, the fates smiled upon this buffoon. Through sheer accident, not effort, a pair of Social Security videos struck gold. The algorithm itself, ancient dragon of the digital realm, crowned him with glory. Millions of views a month, riches fell upon his undeserving head. It was, for all intents and purposes, the winning of the lottery. But alas, the lottery does not grant wisdom. And Sarasota Tim, our hapless jester, has never possessed the wisdom of a flea. What did he do with his spoils? Did he invest? Did he save? Did he build a foundation for his twilight years? Nay, my friend. He fell to his oldest, most wretched instinct, spending sprees. He blew it on campers, cars, guns, and dinners out. Clothes by the pile, guns to brandish and then abandon, shoes that never kissed pavement, vehicles he could not afford, bought with the glee of a child, handed a credit card. He feasted night after night in restaurants, stuffing his gut with the trappings of temporary wealth, while the audience sat in silence or absence, watching the fool burn his fortune like incense to the gods of idiocy. And then the pilgrimages westward. Not once, not twice, but 3 times in a single year, he dragged his camper across the country, as if fleeing the very responsibilities he never intended to face. He mistook luck for permanence, jackpots for job security. It was YouTube's slot machine jackpot, and instead of cashing out, he shoved all his chips back into the machine and left broke. But time, my friends, is the predator that stalks us all. The carnival ended. The curtain fell. And what remains of Sarasota Tim? Nothing. He sat idle for 7 long months, frozen like a statue carved from regret. His lavish spending sprees are now reduced to pitiful echoes. His YouTube income, no longer the passport to excess, but a crutch barely supporting his dim and dwindling existence. Yes, my friends, he blew it all. Every dime, every penny, every shred of fortune burned away in the bonfire of stupidity. He held the golden goose and wrung its neck for one last greasy meal. Etch this warning upon YouTube's walls. You may hand Sarasota Tim a kingdom, but he will turn it into a wasteland. For you cannot buy common sense. You cannot rent responsibility. And in the end, the algorithm giveth, and the algorithm taketh away. And now Sarasota Tim lingers in exile. Not triumphant, not thriving, but trapped in the Smoky Mountains, like a broke tourist overstaying his welcome. A month surrounded by beauty he cannot afford to taste. What good are the mountains when you have no coin for attractions, no cash for restaurants, no fuel for adventure? Sarasota Tim is now a broken man, a pauper masquerading as a YouTuber, his channel a mausoleum to wasted potential. He is not living the dream. He is haunted by the nightmare of his own choices. So he wanders, broken, aimless. No imagination, no spark, no plan beyond the next sad upload. The world bursts with possibilities, trails to hike, towns to explore, stories to tell. But Tim, poor sap that he is, cannot see any of it. His mind bankrupt, his wallet barren. Here he sits, a man who squandered riches, reduced to shuffling through parking lots, filming nothing, saying less, and learning absolutely nothing. This, my friends, is Sarasota Tim's destiny. Not the roar of success, but the whimper of wasted opportunity. The algorithm lifted him high, but his own stupidity dragged him back down. Alone, broke, forgotten, stuck in the Smoky Mountains. And as if fate had not mocked him enough, even his on-again, off-again Tammy has deserted him, whispered to be wrapped in the arms of a former friend of Tim. Betrayal upon humiliation. His last fragile tether to companionship now snapped, leaving him to shuffle through life with nothing but memories of squandered fortune and the cold glow of a failing camera lens. So here he remains, broke in body, bankrupt in spirit, abandoned in love. Not a king, not even a fool in motley, but a hollow shell of squandered chances. Sarasota Tim, betrayed by friends, deserted by lovers, forgotten by the algorithm, and mocked by time itself.